All right, Jerry from StogieReview.com here. Sitting here on a Sunday evening. Need a post for Monday. Didn't really have a lot of time to get together a review from IPCPR and posting all the videos, which I'm really happy that so many people out there commented and really enjoyed our coverage this year of the show. It's great to hear back from you. Great that we try to do a good job. We try to make it feel like you were there with us. So, I did the post the other day about why we didn't interview X manufacturer, and that pretty much said it all. Just didn't have, most of the time it was just stars didn't align. Hewitt and I were there running around the floor and grabbing anybody that we could that had time at the moment that wasn't busy. Other times we had appointments set up. Sometimes manufacturers, for the most part, everybody kept their appointment. We had a couple that didn't. Other times we just got the silent treatment from some. But all in all, our coverage was great. Really glad we got so many people, first timers, on the show to interview. So it was pretty cool. So people have asked me which ones ignored us, and I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna kiss and tell. Oh fuck it. The people that ignored us, not ignored us, that kind of stood us up was first was General Cigars. So that covers their whole broad spectrum because they're all together in the booth. We set up an appointment with them before the show for 4 o'clock on the first. They picked the date and time. We didn't say, hey, can we meet at 4 o'clock on Monday? The first day of the show, we didn't do that. They came back at us, said, hey, can you do this time? And so we said, sure. So we went there and we looked around for the person, and we couldn't find her. And I think we got there like 5 minutes early. Couldn't find her. We waited around for about 20 minutes. Had some of our friends that we knew at CAO, some of our reps at CAO look around, and it just never happened. And we tried to stop back every now and then during the show. It just didn't work out. So that's why we didn't have any coverage from CAO or Punch or La Gloria or anything like that. Just missed the boat. Luckily, Victoria emailed me and said apologize for missing us and standing us up, which was pretty cool. That at least she responded to the email, and they had Wayne Newton there, Mr. Las Vegas, and so she was dealing with stuff outside of that at our time. So I guess if we're going to get bumped for anybody, why not Mr. Las Vegas, right? The other guy that bumped us, that we had an appointment with, was Alan Rubin of Alec Bradley Cigars, and that was just total dick move in my opinion. It was like, hey, can we come by at 4 o'clock at 3:30? Was it 3:30? I think it was 3:30 the next day or the day before the next day. And he said sure, and he said sure, come by, we'll do the whole thing. And so we showed up at 3:30, and he said, give me a second, I'll get back to you guys. And he kind of just walked off and disappeared, and never heard from again. So I mean, I don't know, second year in a row for Alan Rubin to do that to us. I mean, he still was a pretty nice guy, was supportive of us, but so those were the big two that kind of ignored us. Let's see, another question. What cigar stood out from the trade show? I didn't smoke everything. I haven't smoked everything. I didn't get. I was only there for all the Sunday, all the Monday, and all the Tuesday. I left on the red-eye flight Tuesday night, and so Sunday day is always the seminars, which Jose Blanco rocked it with his cigar tasting seminar. I mean, it was a great way for a great way to learn about cigars and figure out you don't know shit about cigars if you sit through that, which I don't know who's going to do it now that Jose's retiring. Let's see. First day, Monday is a trade show, and Tuesday. So me and Hewitt had 2 days on the show floor together, and some of the things I got samples. Hewitt got samples that I didn't get, and I haven't even smoked all my samples yet. But there are a couple that stand out to me. The first one is is what I'm smoking now. That's the Drew Estate, and I'll embed a picture here, pose a picture here. But it's the Undercrown by Drew Estate. This is kind of a reversed Liga Privada, and which is interesting because you smoke it and it tastes like you pick up similarities in the Liga Privada, but then it's also got a nice little unique twist to it. Nice little, it's definitely complex but balanced flavor profile. I'm not going to go too much into it, and I'll tell you why in a few minutes. Another cigar that really piqued my interest is, of course, the La Casita Criollo by Pete Johnson, Tatuaje. That's the all broadleaf, all Connecticut broadleaf cigar. I think I sampled that before the show, during the show. So I think that's going to be a big hit for Pete. Not that anything he doesn't do isn't a hit, except for the 7th Kappa Especial. But let's see. The other one was the Casa Fernandez Miami Reserva. I mean, that's just, that Arganosa leaf is just so badass. Totally enjoyed that. I think I smoked all the samples I got. Paul Palmer was very generous. He was one of the first time. He, Eduardo Fernandez, and Arsenio Ramos, all three of them came on camera during our interview, and that was a great interview. That was, I think, one of my favorite interviews to have. But definitely the Casa Fernandez Miami Reserva is totally one of my highlights from the show. As far as what else, I haven't smoked Dion's MK Ultra. Brian Hewitt interviewed him. I wasn't around when he did that, so I didn't get any samples of that. So, that's another one I'm interested in. Let's see. I'm interested in trying Jesus Fuego's, the new one, and I can't, Sandrio, whatever. I forgot the name of it already, but it's his newest blend, but he also makes it in that little soft pack that he has now. So I'm interested in trying that. Let's see, what else stood out? One that probably is going to be a hard time for me trying to find and grab is the newly blended Havana Sunrise from Casa Fernandez. Walt did a review of it a few years ago of the original blend. He didn't really care for it, and so this year they reblended it with a new company, and I smoked a couple of them. It's the Havana Sunrise Maduro, and I thought they were fabulous. So those are a couple cigars that I think are worth trying. Like I said, I haven't smoked everything, but definitely that Casa Fernandez Reserva, Miami Reserva, the Undercrown, the La Casita Criolla, the Havana Sunrise Maduro, all cigars I thought were really, really great cigars that I enjoyed smoking the samples of. As far as when we're going to do some of these reviews, Brian Hewitt's going to have a different opinion than I do. I don't plan on smoking and using my samples that I got at the show for reviews just for a plethora of reason, mainly just because it's so dry in Las Vegas that it's not really a fair shake for them. They sit out there or for days on end, and even though I packed a humidipack for my bag, and even then I still don't think it's fair to judge them off of show samples. And we all know, we've all experienced it where it's really great at the show, but when it starts hitting the shelves, it lets you down, and vice versa. That's how I felt about the Guillermo Young last year. Didn't really do so much talking, not paying attention to my cigar. Didn't really care for it at the show last year, but it grew on me once it started hitting shelves. I started smoking it more and love it. I guess another cigar that I'm really excited about to try is the 107 Maduro. Lots of cigars out there from the show that I'm interested in trying. Some of them I got samples waiting, others I haven't. But so far, those three that I mentioned, the ones I've mentioned so far, definitely are the cream of the crop so far. Trends from the show. I mentioned this in a couple of the videos. 6x60 seems to be continues to be a hot size. I'm not a fan of it for the most part. There are some blends out there that I do like in the 6x60. But it seems like everybody's coming out the 6x60. But to offset that, the cool thing is you see a lot more people also doing kind of a petite Corona, a 5x46 or a 4x42, 44, whatever the standard sizes, but smaller format cigars. That's pretty cool too. The other growing trend, it seems like everybody has a Connecticut. I mean, I see why Ernesto released his New Wave Connecticut so much prior to the show. I mean, it seems like everybody we talked to, whether it was Room 101 Cigars, Alec Bradley, which his has been out for a while too, but it seemed like everybody had a Connecticut that they were trying to release and debut at the show. So, so those are the big things. Lots of people starting to use San Andreas Maduro, Mexican Maduro wrapper, which is an interesting thing. We started seeing that last year. It continued into this year on a larger scale. So I guess that's about it. So I'm going to finish rambling on here. I really wanted to set up the camera to try some of the new equipment I've gotten since the show, such as more precisely the floodlight here, or this video light here that, it's about 8:30 in the evening here and the sun's down, so the light here seems to be doing its trick. Those are my general observations from the show. I'm looking forward to everything hitting the shelves. I know La Casita Criollo already hit the shelves, so hopefully I can beat Brian Hewitt to reviewing that. So lots of great cigars out there. I mean, I've highlighted them. Here's the thing though. When you're talking to other people on the floor, they're asking you what stood out, and you're just like, oh, everything seems to be okay. But then when you get back and start reviewing your notes and looking at things and actually smoking things, you realize, man, a lot of things are more than just really good or pretty good. Yeah, everything's really, really good. So, but Casa Fernandez, Miami Reserva, La Casita Criollo, and Undercrown by Drew Estate are my top 3 picks coming out of the show that I've smoked so far. So if you see them, some of them are out, some of them aren't. So if you see them, grab them, smoke them. Let me know what you think.